Make way for my phasers.
Zeldy's shield's down to 82%.
Hey, thanks, Portal.
You're welcome.
I said thank you. Because I'm not a rude ass.
But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Who's the captain? I'm the captain. Who's the captain? I'm the captain now. Hey, welcome back. I'm Brant. This is the channel. We're back to playing Star Trek Resurgence, back-to-back Star Trek, and just most recently, we became the captain of the Starship Resolute via overthrowing the previous captain with mutiny. But, you know, it's a living. All in a day's work. But we have no time to dilly-dally because our first order as captain, beyond sending Zachary Solano to the brig, was to warp straight towards Galvin's ship in the Usonia system. I remember it because it's us Anya. And as soon as we came out of warp, their ship was right in front of us, firing torpedoes at us in space. So it's gonna be high intensity, high pressure right away. Let's get into it. Oh, good. It popped us back a couple seconds, so I can get my bearings, my space legs. All right, everybody, evasive maneuvers. Uh-oh. Collision course.
We're taking fire.
Red alert! All hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldy?
One and the same.
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Return fire or evasive maneuvers. Hey, where's Portal 6-3? We could really use his help right now. He should be my tactical advisor who's on the bridge right now. Okay, do I return fire or do I take evasive maneuvers? I think evasive maneuvers. Didn't he mention that we really wouldn't be able to do much damage with our weapons? I imagine we won't be able to do much to defend ourselves from the weapons either, but if they can't hit us, then they can't do as much damage. And this doesn't factor in very heavily into this decision, but I am also thinking a little bit about all of these people are embodied by Scions of the Flame. If I return fire and hit them hard enough to start killing people, then I'm also killing the people they are inhabiting, which is not ideal. So, evasive maneuvers.
Evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah.
The Vescar's warp engines are powering up.
Break their ankles. Ow.
Our warp engines are offline.
That's bad. Can we still move at impulse?
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Vescar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldy before it destroys us.
Diaz and Edsalar still over there?
They'll need to evacuate.
Also, possibly Miranda and possibly other people.
Come on.
Almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry. You got it?
I'm on it.
Got it. Diaz to Resolute.
We read you, Diaz.
Nice.
This is Armad. It's good to hear your voice.
Lock onto our transponders.
Edsalar, is she with you?
Yes.
Wants to know.
She'll tell you herself. We're both here. Can't get rid of her. She'll tell you herself. It sounds kind of confusing to me. Like, we need clear communication in this moment. This is a high pressure situation. Just tell us yes. Can't get rid of her is very cheeky, very tongue-in-cheek. I could see her maybe enjoying that because it is fun, but I think I'm just gonna pick the neutral. We're both here. Because this is a serious situation. We're not doing quips. We're not doing fun stuff. We're getting the hell off of this ship. Question is, do we also bring Arminta with us? Or is Arminta like, peace, my mission is here. I guess we'll find out. We're both here.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Can you get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldy's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it.
Okay.
Because we can't give you much more time. You can't evade the Zeldy forever.
True.
Understood. Diaz out. We're gonna have to get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Lydian ships have no escape pods.
We can leave out that cargo bay we transported to before. But then there's the vacuum of space to contend with.
Yeah.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Did I call that? I remember when we were in the cargo bay and there was some like flavor text, some descriptive text of the freight containers that made it seem like we would go into one.
Looks airtight and climate controlled. Must be where they put the precious cargo.
Maybe we could sneak into one. I also feel like maybe I said that we were gonna blow one up.
Straight phaser blast could cause a piezoelectric rupture and blow a hole in the ship. Better be careful.
Or we could utilize that for strategic advantage. Either way, I knew there was gonna be something important about those freight containers.
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Yeah, come on, Stretch.
Let's go.
Because apparently that's his nickname now.
That should allow us to take a few more hits.
Nice.
Enemy phaser impact dissipated.
Heading, Captain?
Attack pattern beta or attack pattern delta. Let's do attack pattern beta. Why not?
Attack pattern Beta 3. Circle around that asteroid and come back firing.
Aye, Captain.
Use the environment to our advantage. All right, guerrilla warfare.
Zeldy, in range.
Get their ass.
Fire!
Make way for my phasers, bitch.
Zeldy's shields down to 82%.
I need a captain to say that.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps
True.
I can be of assistance.
Yes, finally.
I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks.
That'd be great.
I will need full access to your propulsion system.
Yeah, do it, man.
Against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
I don't care. Thanks for asking for consent.
Any risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beating and hope you can weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you.
Why are you leaning in so far?
Just put your faith in me.
Give me a little bit of personal space, bud. Chill out. This isn't even a question. Evasive maneuvers or give portal access. I'm giving portal access, obviously. Again, like I said when Solano was here, why would we even ask for his help if we're not going to actually accept his help? You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Are there going to be some unintended consequences of this? Perhaps. You know, is Starfleet going to be a little peeved that I broke protocol? I mean, maybe. But I see this as the best chance for us getting out of here alive. And honestly, it's pretty reassuring that Portal is so calm right now. Like, everybody has that high tension combat mindset right now. And Portal is just like, hey, if you want, I could help. Which tells me that he has a strong enough understanding of the situation and what is possible that he's not all that worried. It's probably pretty bad for him if this ship blows up. So I think he might be somewhat justified for just like hacking into the ship's computer and pulling a Lieutenant Barkley where he's like in the holodeck and he's like the world's smartest man, you know, and he just like fused with the computer. I feel like Portal would be justified in doing something like that to make sure that he doesn't die, but he's not doing that. He's just coming up when he's needed and offering an option that gives us a better chance of survival, which I respect. Anyway, long story short, I'm giving Portal access, obviously.
Commander Ermot, give Portal access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
Strong leadership moments. It's gonna fucking Thanos snap them. Oh, is he gonna bring up his own console? His own, like, crystal console? Whoa! Oh my god, that's sick. It's like we're getting infected by the Borg. Oh, okay. Yeah, our ship looks like their ship now. Uh-oh, malware. Look out. Oh my god! That is intense. Oh yeah, this is so much cooler than if I did not give him access. It's a billion times cooler.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Okay,
Be quick.
I'm on it.
We need one big enough for all of us to fit inside. Something we can make airtight.
Oh, over here. Sorry, guys.
Not enough room for the big guy.
Okay, probably not this one because she said that.
Open a vacuum.
How about this one? It's the last one.
Here we go, here we go. This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
I'm an engineer.
Container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Oh, yeah. Grease up that floor. Okay.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
Nice.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging.
Hey, what, Portal? I thought you were like a badass. I thought this was easy for you. Guess I was wrong. Buster can't even keep it up for more than, 30 seconds. Come on, man.
Now's our window. We have to strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Interesting proposal. Target the Zeldi's weapons or target the Zeldi's engines? The pitch is that if we take out their weapons, they won't be able to shoot us anymore, but they might run. If we take out the engines, they might still shoot us and we'll still be at risk, but they'll be stranded here. I don't think the game will recognize this when I make this decision, but I think if we take out the engines, their weapons do become less effective on some level. Not in that their weapons are less powerful, but insofar as we can hide behind an asteroid and they cannot shoot us and we stay in close proximity to them, which makes it easier to target their weapons afterwards because they're a stationary target. So I think taking out the engines makes it way easier to take out the weapons. This feels like one of those situations where they have two characters proposing two different things and then it's just like, really what the decision is who do you want to be mad at you and who do you want to be not mad at you? I'm trying not to think about that. I'm just trying to think about the actual proposed solutions because that is what a captain would be doing in that moment. They're not thinking about the office politics of who am I favorable to or not. Okay, here's so I'm leaning towards target the Zelda engines, and here's why. Yes, it does place ourselves at some degree of peril because we're not targeting their weapons, but it buys us more time through which we can do things down the road. That gives us a lot of flexibility in how we plan things. Now that I think about it, the Zelda is only running on one warp core, so it can't really run very effectively. We saw that it can do short bursts of warp. Now, Jara would not know this at this moment in time. If we damage the one warp core that's left, I don't know what happens then. I don't know that there's a perfect answer in this case. And it's tough because if I allow them to have their offensive weapons, it does put the Resolute at risk, and we have a lot more than just 2 people on the Resolute, right? We have 2 people on the Zelda, not including Scions of the Flame. I think the game won't fully recognize this, but I believe that targeting the engines gives us way more flexibility afterwards, way more strategic advantage. So I'm gonna go with that. For better or worse. Target the engines.
Target their propulsion systems. I don't want them going anywhere.
Targeting their engines.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
All right.
Blast right out of here.
It's like Inception. We have our kick.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
Nice.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Okay.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Perfect plan. Definitely won't experience any sharp increase in G-forces in there when you have massive set of explosives on the back going off. I'm sure it'll be fine. Good luck.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there?
See ya, Tosca. Good knowing you. Smell you later. Hey!
Please, help me!
No! The Takan get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
Why is it my choice? Why is it up to me? Y'all make a decision for once in your damn life. Quick point of contention. This is not what decompression looks like. It's not like, ah! You don't do that. There's nowhere near enough air to cause that. It all goes out pretty quick. Air spreads out into the vacuum. You might get like a little gust of wind going, and then you're in a vacuum. You're very quickly in a vacuum. This is very silly, but it's fun. It's a fun, silly thing that isn't real. That was my short little note of pedantry. What are our options? She's not a threat. We don't have time. She can save herself. Oh my God. It's intense. She can save herself. Seems pretty cold. I don't really like that. I don't even really know what that means. Does that mean that she, the Scion, can relinquish control back to Atasca, and we will know if that has happened, and if that happens, we will save her, and so the choice is up to her as to whether she gives up control or not? Is that what that means? Or is it just like a cool guy quip. I think it's the latter. She's not a threat. I'm not quite so sure that that is true. I have seen nothing yet to indicate that she is not still a Scion. We don't have time feels right to me. It does feel a little bit like I'm abdicating responsibility for being able to intervene, but I also think it's true. What are we gonna do? We have sealed up this container, right? I mean, I guess we didn't really see. I don't remember seeing us phaser it shut, like welding it. But I think that's the implication. I think the implication is we have sealed it airtight. There is no getting out of here without tremendous effort. Well, I guess we have control over when the bombs go off. Why didn't she just go out the door she came in? A just feels kind of cruel, merciless. I feel like we don't have time. If one of the others contest that and say that we do have time, we just need to make a choice, then that's great. Then let's deal with it then. But I'm not convinced we have time anymore.
We can't. We don't have the time. We have to seal ourselves in.
Oh.
Ship can't fly.
We're not sealed in yet. Okay.
Set it to self-destruct. Please, Amenta.
Oh.
It's not her.
No. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
Oh, are they gonna give me
Leave me.
the choice for real?
Go off the ship before Sidron blows it all to hell.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Just having her rotated 45 degrees off to the side is very funny to me. It's really funny. Do I seal the door? Do I let her in? I feel like I let her in. Like I was already contemplating, I was imagining that this decision was implicit in the previous decision, and I feel like I let her in, which kind of goes against both Arminta and Edsolar in this moment. I think, didn't they both just say like, yeah, you gotta let her go, see you later? But the thing that makes me want to let her in is she was divulging information about the plans on this ship. And I wonder if we can get more information out of her. So I'm trying to think of if we let her in and we take her aboard the Resolute, can we quarantine her into a force field safely? I guess we must be able to on some level if we have Captain Solano on the brig. I feel like I gotta let her in. It's just my compassion and humanity. I mean, look, Arminta, if you want to kill her, do it while she's in here. You have every opportunity. But I feel like I gotta do what I gotta do. I could also imagine a scenario where we let her in, she's perhaps unarmed, and then it takes a while for the Resolute to pick us up, and we have the four of us trapped in this small container, and we have to like learn about each other and get along and not rip each other apart. I feel like there's so much opportunity for learning if we let her in. I mean, I'm sure the Resolute's gonna just like immediately pick us up, so that's probably not gonna happen, but there's a lot of potential for learning by letting her in. There's not any potential to learn if we seal the door. And I like to learn. Let her in is way more interesting. So I gotta do it.
Come on! Hurry!
Oh my god. Carter is so strong. That is my buff protagonist. Okay, smart.
Edsolar to Resolute.
I have the...
All right, let's see what we got here. Major Arminta was caught off guard when Carter rescued a Tosca aboard the Zeldi, but ultimately he respected the decision. Hey, we're all on the same team, right? Edsolar couldn't help but be relieved when Carter showed compassion and saved a Tosca aboard the Zeldi. Yeah. All right. Everybody's on board. It is a risky decision, but it is compassionate. And we could see that Armento was feeling conflicted. He knew that Itasca is a Scion of the Flame right now, but when it came to actually pulling the trigger, so to speak, and letting her die, he found it to be harder than he expected, I think.
Away team.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor beam ready. And you should know, the Zeldy is set to self-destruct.
Good info.
If we do enough damage to the Zeldy first, it'll prevent the self-destruct sequence from completing.
We can't wait any longer. We have to fire.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
Fire all torpedoes is crazy. We can't wait longer. They escape first. What does we can't wait longer mean? Does it mean we can't wait longer to fire upon them? We can't wait here any longer for them to get out? I don't like this because right now I'm a little confused as to what I'm deciding between. We have the self-destruct sequence. We have them trying to leave. Are we concerned that they may not survive the self-destruct if we don't intervene? Is that the conflict? Or are we concerned about the self-destruct harming us because we're close to it? They escape first certainly means that we wait for them to escape before we fire upon the ship to try to deactivate it. I'm so baffled. I guess I'm kind of confused because I feel like X and Y are the same. I feel like X says we can't wait for them to leave, we have to fire upon the ship right now. Y is just more aggressive. Previously, when it was that decision between firing on the engines and the weapons, I feel like that decision probably didn't actually make any difference. And I deliberated on that for like 15 minutes. And this is probably the same thing. This is probably like, I don't know, man, just choose one and we'll get on with the story. But, you know, I feel so much stress and responsibility to make the best decision for the outcome of everybody under my jurisdiction. I guess I'm going to say we can't wait longer because I think that gets us to start firing on the ship, but maybe doesn't do it all in one blast, which could harm all of our crew in the shipping container.
We can't wait for you, Petty Officer. Get out of there now!
Locked on and ready to fire.
Okay. Cinematic.
Fire!
Yeah, I mean, that looks like all torpedoes. Buckle up, guys.
Done!
Ready?
Ready.
Detonate!
Yeah, I don't think it actually mattered. I think that was just like a flavor decision. A fun character moment. Whoa, we're Doctor Who. It's the TARDIS. That was pretty badass. Oh. Hell yeah. Mission accomplished. Every single person in that box has the biggest concussion of their life right now. For sure.
Tractor beams locked on. We have them.
Thanks, Armand.
They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldy detonated.
Sidron.
Or Miranda.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here.
Oh?
Now.
Now what? Now, what is it? Now, Sidron can't run from us. How do we know it's Sidron? Could be Galvin. Was Sidron running the Zeldy? I guess I never thought too hard about it. We haven't really talked about Sidron. There's been a lot of discussion about Galvin. Now, we'll go there together. I kind of like that Sidron can't run from us. unless there's a portal there in the sense of a transportation portal, not a guardian portal. I like that we'll go there together, kind of makes Portal feel like he's part of the team and that we're on the same side. Yeah, I'll say A, just to kind of make sure that everybody feels like they're being included. It is like a team building, bonding kind of response.
I have to see it for myself. We'll go there together.
I had assumed as much.
Oh, okay.
Is this the Takana arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takana Empire. Our greatest treasure, our most fearsome technology.
That's convenient.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Bredrosian, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore.
True.
Captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
I feel like right now Westbrook is eyeing that first officer spot, and he's like, oh, you know, seems like the kind of thing that any good first officer would mention, is that the captain stays with the ship. I would have thought that Bedrosian would have said something, but, you know, I guess she's not really up to date on the protocol the way that a first officer would be. Wink! Yeah, chill out, Westbrook. You trying to sideline me? That's so aggressive. This is too important. The captain decides. Oh shit. The captain decides is so like, are you second guessing my authority? Are you disobeying my command? Because I'm telling you right now, the captain decides. The captain gets to make that decision. That is me pressing my finger on, like, weighing down, hey, do you follow orders from your captain? Because right now your captain is speaking. Chain of command, buddy. Chain of command. I don't like why, because why kind of feels like I'm sowing discontent. Why tries to feel like I am assuming the worst of him. As a managerial style, I think is very bad. This is too important is probably the most like reasonable dialogue option. The captain decides is kind of funny because it's really firm. It has Jara wearing on the role of captain. She says, look, I know I've been captain for a very short period of time, but you gotta make that adjustment because I am captain now. And I feel like he can't really push back against the captain decides. This is too important. I'm not sure how that'll go over. Actually, this is kind of a concern I have, which is this is too important does kind of reflect in my mind some of the reasoning that Solana was having for some of his decision making. He was saying, oh, we can't do this. We can't contact Starfleet because this mission is too important to me. Because this mission is make or break for my career. It's too important. That was often a core conceit of his reasoning, particularly when he was making poor decision making. And so I guess I'm a little sensitive to that. It could also be the most gentle response. And I think it certainly is. If I choose this is too important, there's also an element of under normal circumstances, you would be right. But this is an extraordinary circumstance. So it validates his perspective. It validates his concern. Okay, I think I'm going to say this is too important. My mind keeps drawing back to that. Okay. I was about to press X, but I think I'm going to press A. Here's the aspect of it that has solidified the decision for me. If I say this is too important, it has a heavy implication of you guys can't handle it. I have to be there because I'm the only competent one. I'm the only one who can really handle this situation. It's too important to leave up to other people. And I think that's bad captaining. I think an important part of being a captain is delegating tasks, delegating risks. And the captain decides lets him know that I hear you, but it is my decision to make. And at the end of the day, it's a decision you have to respect because I am your captain. It may be slightly less firm than this phrasing implies, although I do think it will be a firm response. I see too many problems with this is too important. And a lot of them are implied, but I think at the end of the day, it does have to be my decision. The captain decides.
That's the protocol. But it's also a captain's prerogative to break that protocol.
I suppose it is.
Well said.
Deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
See, that was like just a little bit less firm than I thought. And that was, I feel like that was really expertly handled by Jara. She played it by the book. It was a very buttoned up response, but I liked it. Yes, spacesuits. The arsenal of eternity.
Any sign of Sidron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone.
I love that everybody's all suited up and Portal's just out there in his robe. Just normal Portal stuff. He doesn't need a breathable atmosphere, I guess. He doesn't care that it's cold, I guess. He's just that dude. He's that guy. He doesn't care. He's got what he needs. He's not as fragile as we are, I suppose.
It could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Could be anywhere and could look like anything.
Let's make this a short mission, all right?
That's the plan.
Sure.
Was your call to come down here? Still not sure I agree. But I respect the chain of command.
You gotta let me earn my stripes, man. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh no. Well, they're not gonna. Surely they won't. Surely not. Okay. These trees look a whole hell of a lot like the crystalline entity. Right? They've got these little spindly arms coming out of a central kind of thing. Are we gonna find some Takan lore that ties back to the crystalline entity? I don't know. It could be really cool or it could feel very forced. That's what I'm picking up. I don't know if that's what they're putting down, but that's what I'm picking up. Okay, we got these ice blocks.
Phasers should make quick work of the ice.
Nice. We're doing the one thing that humans are exceptionally good at doing. Global warming. I guess Jara's not a human. What the hell is this? That red thing up there? Yeah, what is that? I don't know. Why do I feel like this is the kind of place that Vidians would live in? Coming through.
Is this another Takan vault?
Oh, it sure looks like it. Fortress of Solitude style.
I don't see a way in.
Vault in the mines was already open.
There must be some way to activate it.
A portal. Yeah. Guys, we have a Takan with us. Surely he would know. Look for a hidden mechanism. We can blow it open. Maybe Portal can open it. Yeah, let's ask Portal maybe. That's where I would start.
Portal, can you open it? It is a Taconian vault.
I thought you'd never ask.
Wait. Does that mean you think I'm dumb? Because it's like the obvious solution. Hey, thanks, Portal.
You're welcome. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
I said thank you. Because I'm not a rude ass. I recognize that he did a thing that helped us all. Very impressive. I don't know that I would go that far. I've seen better is kind of funny because he's so dismissive of our technology and everything. So to be like, yeah, it was all right, I guess, is humorous. I don't know if he'll see it as humorous. I think I'm just gonna say thank you. I'm not gonna praise him for, you know, doing something that seemed really simple for him. I'm not gonna try to put him down. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way.
I have enough humility that I can thank somebody when they help me. It's a low bar to cross. Wow. Look at the materials in here. This looks really nice. Look at this reflective floor. Everything looks bronze or copper. I guess it looks more copper than bronze. Yeah, I mean, the reflection is a little weird because it's like a screen space reflection or whatever. So it's kind of funky, but the materials look really nice. Okay, let's move through. Why does this feel like the end of, what was it, Halo 3? We're running through all those corridors and stuff.
Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
Okay. I feel like we're gonna bump into Miranda. That's just... Because if I saw Sidron, I wouldn't even know what he looked like, to be honest, at this point.
You will need my help, Commander.
Sure.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan.
Okay.
When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Investigate the vault. I'm on it. Oh, what do we have here?
This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
Oh, right.
You wish to make use of this device?
I guess.
Transporter of some kind?
It allows Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Thanks. Oh.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
All right, Portal, you step on it. We know you'll be able to handle it. The rest of us, I'm not so sure. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna go back. That's so sick. Can we set these up on the Resolute? Oh, that'd be so convenient. Just chilling. All right, cool. Is the bun new? I feel like Bedrosian usually has her hair down. Maybe it's a spacesuit thing. Oh, honestly, it might be regulation. Just to prevent your hair from getting caught up and stuff. Although I don't think that's typically an issue with spacesuits. But maybe in this particular case, it's just best practice. First, I want to investigate down this path.
I should look elsewhere.
Or I guess not. Maybe I will go up there and do something and come back and we'll exit out that way.
Do you know what this place was used for?
It feels familiar, but I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it.
Do they have any signs or anything?
Built after I became a portal. However, Takan would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is, we have to find it before Galvin does.
A rare item? An artifact? Alright, I'm on it. Time to do some flat-footed platforming. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. I guess all of these take me up. I thought that that platform would take me up there, but it took me over here. I see. And then this path leads me all the way back up to this platform, and both lead me to this. Or maybe not. Okay, that's expected. What about this one? Good grief. Is this a puzzle? Hold on, I think I go to this, it takes me back, and maybe I go to this? Okay, yeah. That was kind of weird. Oh yeah, everybody showed up here once I found the way. Still just looking at your phone, huh, Westbrook? Okay, cool. I feel like I went on a school field trip once to some place that I do not remember. Maybe a zoo or something that had a thing like this. Anyway, cool story, Brant. Thanks. Yeah. I have some vague memory of, as a child, of looking at a trough of some sort somewhere. Oh yeah, tricorder. Takan console contains a vast amount of Taconian data. Contents unable to be translated. Okay. Takan console, extremely high particle density, impassable with current Starfleet technology. So it is literally an invisible wall. Ah, the trough.
Soil. Just soil. It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
Requires further investigation. Am I missing something? Oh. I just have to click on this button. Investigate alien soil.
Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system.
Real garden fiends.
This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takan.
Nice.
I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this.
Sure hope nobody desecrates it. That'd be bad.
You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever.
That's sad.
Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takan Empire in a very long time.
Yeah, take a minute.
I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling. That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it. But it cuts to the core of your being, even with your defenses up.
We don't have time is so insensitive. She's just like, shut up, Portal. You're not allowed to feel grief. You're not allowed to feel immense loss. What? That is super mean. Instead of that, I totally understand or I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll say I totally understand. I get it. I'm Cobloid or whatever. Cobliad. If I lived for another 600,000 years and then found some new Cobliad scripture or something, I'd be like, whoa, this is super meaningful to me. Yeah, I get it. I get it, man.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Did not get a green, got a neutral outlook. Portal 6-3 appreciated Jar's empathy when he was overwhelmed by feelings of loss inside the Takan vault. Yeah, I guess maybe it wasn't green because it's like, he's not going to have a good feeling no matter what you say. He is feeling very sad right now.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Taconian ship ever built.
Whoa.
I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Also, aren't transporters already pretty advanced? How do you get more advanced than a transporter? I guess you could transport larger things over longer distances or something like that, maybe. That ship looks like a elongated turnip or something. It's very silly looking. The Aphelion, we've been hearing of the Aphelion, I guess mostly through Carter's perspective when we were on the Zeldi talking to the Scions over there. Weird that they would house the Aphelion in a house of worship, in a temple, on sacred ground. That feels a bit odd to me, but I'm not the Khan, so, you know, what do I know? Descend. Ominous. Oh, and this is out that side exit that I tried to go down earlier. What do I need to see? Did you find the Aphelion? Uh-oh. It's a crystal.
There are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
I'm just imagining one of the Scions with like an armful of these like Takan crystals just like scurrying out, leaving a whole trail of them behind. Whoa. Damn, portal's so strong. It's big as hell. Look at all these crystals.
I've seen these before, in the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this...
It's a lot of Takan.
Must be
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Takan civilization. A distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form. Preserved for all eternity.
Crystalline form, you say? Some might consider them some sort of crystalline entity, I guess. In a manner of speaking. They're bringing back the Empire. I mean, maybe. They took thousands of these cases. If they did, then that's concerning. Galvin will come back for these. That is a reasonable assumption if that is their objective. I like X because, while I don't know if it's true or not, I assume it is, X is a factual statement and allows us to build off of that, whereas Y and A are both assumptions on their intent. I don't know exactly what their intent is. We can draw some conclusions from them taking a bunch of cases, but we don't for sure 100% know definitively. So I'm gonna say X.
Given the size of this vault, there must have been tens of thousands of these cases, representing billions and billions of Takan.
A threat on a truly massive scale. One your Federation can't easily contend with.
True.
What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Takan civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Takan, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
So they're like a backup?
Wrong.
Oh, hey. Sidron?
This was always their purpose. To restore the glory that was lost.
What do you want to bet he is just a projection? The Takan are sneaky like that. Shoot Sidron or hold fire. I think I will hold my fire. Either way, I don't think it actually harms Sidron. But I'll hold fire so that way he's more likely to talk. It sounds like he wants to do a villain monologue. And so I'll just let him. Right? He's also not posing an immediate and direct threat. So I'll hold.
Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek.
Hey, thanks.
You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia.
Okay.
Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Takan life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture lost with each one you murder.
Okay. Yes, I am proud is crazy. What an option. I kind of get it from a bluster and bravado perspective, right? You have to like really stand your ground when it comes to the Scions. I see the reasoning in that, although I think it would make Portal think differently of us if we say that, because he's feeling very conflicted right now, knowing that Takan lives have been lost. I had to say my crew is fine. It does feel true to Jara's character, but it also feels a little bit kind of a weak stance in this moment. I like your to blame. It does recognize the loss, but it really shows that our hand was forced in a lot of ways. All those Scions of the Flame could still be in their crystals, but you didn't want that. You led us down this path, and you were firing at us. As soon as we showed up, you were firing at us. We had to defend ourselves. I like A. And also maybe it'll agitate them a little bit. I like kind of poking and prodding at the Scions when I can.
Your friends died because of you. If you hadn't attacked us, there could have been a peaceful solution.
I've seen the kind of results diplomacy gets in this era. You can hardly blame me for wanting a quicker result. Thankfully,
no, I can't blame you.
Convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Tell him, Bedrosian.
But that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. 1 minute you're standing there as you. The next you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
That seems irresponsible.
It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takan in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
How crazy would that be if that's how this game ended? Just everybody becomes Scions of the Flame. Everybody becomes bioformed Takan. And nobody knows any the wiser. That would be a bold direction to take this story in.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
It's kind of messed up, man.
That's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
The hell you will. That's a really funny option to me because I'm moderately confident that Solano has said exactly that line before. I can almost hear it in his voice. The hell you will.
The hell we will.
That's an abomination. The Takan Empire is finished. So you almost kind of have to see this as like responding to a YouTube comment. There's a strategy to responding to a hater in the comments. You can't say the Takan Empire is finished because that's easy to flip on you. You can say it's not finished anymore. We just restarted it. I factually made you wrong, dummy. So like, don't open yourself up to that vulnerability of that kind of counterattack. The hell you will is kind of nice because it is assertive and it projects intent. He can't flip my intent. I know what my intent is. He has no say over what my intent is. That's an abomination. He can maybe flip. That's a subjective matter. And we know that they tend to like when you put up a bit of a fight. That's an abomination says, what you're doing is wrong. The hell you will says, I'm going to stop you. A kind of says, I don't need to stop you because you're already stopped. which just doesn't really work. So I think I'm going to say why. The hell you will.
I realize you're here to gloat, and you seem pretty confident, but I'm not gonna let that happen.
It already is happening. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak.
Oh, sick.
Now it's only a matter of time.
That means we don't have to go out and find it.
Can't delay that which is inevitable.
Lighting looks great here.
Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
Don't call him brother.
Yeah.
He's gonna kick your ass.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Takan Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Takan, but by members of the Federation.
This is his test.
By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
That's a lie. You attacked us. Portal's the only true Takan. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say Portal's the only true Takan. That helps remind Portal where he stands in this conflict. That's a lie. Feels like we're getting into some he said, she said kind of stuff. That's a lie. How dare you? You attacked us is true, but I'm going to strike at Sidron's core argument, which is that Portal needs to defend the Takan and they are Takan. I'm attacking that by saying he is just as much Takan as we are in a lot of ways. And Portal is out there trying to defend actual Takan, which don't exist anymore. And you are threatening their legacy.
There is only one true Takan here, and that's Portal.
Don't forget it.
Scion, a disgrace to the memory of the Takan, brought back through unnatural means.
I only tolerate your presence so long as you continue to amuse me.
I'm a funny guy, so I'll probably be around for a while. Sidron refused to accept Jar's explanation for the Takan dead and blamed her for blatantly manipulating Portal 6-3. Buddy, I don't really care how you feel about me. You are the op. You are one of the main dudes standing in our way. And your nose is entirely too small. Perpetually angry face. Be mad.
Side are you on?
Portal's on the side of the Takan, which you are not. The moment of truth.
Long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
It's a little too long of a pause, bud.
Come. I hope we speak again, brother.
This is a really curious moment. So I can shoot Sidron, or I can hold fire. If I do not shoot him, I presume he will be transported up to the Aphelion, and we will have to face him some other time. But at the same time, Portal 6-3 is a very valuable ally. It is difficult to overstate how valuable he is in this fight. Just look at him getting us here. How easy it was for him to track them down, how easy it was for him to open up this vault, how easy it was for him to modify our ship. Like, he is immensely valuable. And right now, he is hesitating between making it known which side he is representing. Even though I think, personally, he's never been on our side. He's been on the side of the Takan, and Takan and us have had aligned objectives. And so it appears that he has been on our side when he is not strictly, and I think that will hold true, but his hesitancy here is concerning. I do feel like this is a test, where Portal is gauging the character of both the Scions and us. Remember, early on, we presented our side of the story, and he felt like that might not be enough to persuade him. He needed to see the dynamic with his own eyes. If we shoot Sidron, it makes us look like aggressors and agitators to some degree. I mean, I think it would be understandable and reasonable, but it makes us look a little bit unnecessarily hostile, I guess. It makes us look like we can't hold a conversation and can't use logic and reasoning to solve our problems. And so I'm leaning towards hold fire, simply because I think it will be more persuasive to Portal. I think it will come around by making Portal a more ardent ally. I just kind of hope that my crew doesn't like lose respect for me for not taking an opportunity while I had it. And also on some level, this does feel like a few different high-ranking members on opposite sides of the war getting together for a meeting to see if they can hash something out. And it is in poor form to attack one of the opposing members during the meeting. You know what I mean? It feels like it would be improper. Not that the Scions care about propriety, but we sort of do. So I guess I'll hold. I don't love the decision, but I'll make it.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
I'll decide once we're safely aboard the Resolute.
Okay, I'm probably gonna bring him with me, but yeah, let's get to the Resolute.
4 to transport.
Why are you holding back, Petrosian? Oh no, is she gonna do something?
Captain.
Whoa! Where'd you come from?
I lost my eyes because of you. And still, I've always stood by you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
I mean, she means business, but I don't think that was terribly convincing to me.
Minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
On screen. Whoa. Hectic.
Unbelievable.
Looks kind of like a hedgehog.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
I would remind you Those life forms are Takon. Not science, Takon. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Yeah, it will. Which is why I can't destroy a bunch of hibernating lives. Like, look, I like Bedrosian. I do not want her to resign. I'm not going to destroy them. Yeah, history will remember me for this moment. And they'll remember that I saved hundreds of thousands of lives. And I think the implication here is that if we transport them aboard, they cannot be used as ammunition against us. Am I getting that right? Or am I misunderstanding? Because don't they have to like be loaded into their system or something? I guess they could transport them from our ship to their ship. But if we have our shields up, then they can't. Because you can't transport through shields under normal conditions. Yeah, I mean, I think I have to follow my conscience here and transport them aboard. I sort of get where Bedrosian is coming from. Even Portal recognized that it is a colossal risk. I feel like I'm lacking a little bit of necessary context. If I transport them aboard, can we transport all of them? Certainly not. There were so many. Did we transport some of them? How safe are they? I feel like it's not super high risk to have them on board. Unless we're afraid that Portal is going to go up to them and start like taking the crystals and stabbing them into people's necks and just like taking over the crew. I don't get that impression. I don't think he's that type of person. I don't think that's a real risk. It's a little manipulative of Bedrosian to bring up the losing her eyes thing. I think it's also fair because she did lose her eyes. Although, if we remember, the visor's only temporary. When the mission is over, she's gonna go back to Starfleet HQ in San Francisco or whatever, and they will grow her a new pair of eyes. She said that.
And Dr. Duvall tells me she can get me my sight pack. Eventually.
That's great.
You didn't opt for the ocular implants.
Maybe someday. The visor was the best the doc could do on short notice.
So her losing her eyes is only a temporary disability. And the visor, you can actually see more than human eyes can. I mean, there's like a difference in fidelity, but you can see more wavelengths of light and stuff like that. It's like extremely helpful for diagnostic tools. And honestly, I think she's way better at her job with the visor than she was with her eyes. Not to say she didn't go through trauma, not to say that it isn't a horrible experience for her to have had her eyes burned out. Obviously, that's terrible, but it's not like she didn't get something out of it, you know? But like the fact that she called those Takon life forms things really felt like a prejudice creeping out, which makes me really reluctant to hear her out. So I spent a little bit more time thinking about it, and I've noticed that the game is trying to do something like really intentionally here, which is that they are making the crew have an inability to distinguish between Takon and Scions of the Flame. They're constantly dead naming Scions as Takon, even though Portal, who is the only true genuine Takon, has rebuked that sort of association. And yet all of the humans constantly just call Scions of the Flame Takon. And so I think in this moment, Bedrosian's not even seeing these crystals as ammunition. She's not seeing them as actual life forms. She even said that. She sees them as Scions, for whom she hates. But she conflates Scions and Takon. So she's just like, these are the enemy. These are bad guys. These are the threat. She's sort of like ambiguated the threat as like an other. And I think that makes it easier for her to harbor these feelings and to harbor this resentment. I also think it's interesting, equal parts frustrating and tragic that Bedrosian refuses to take any sort of accountability for her injured eyes. She's the person who decided to hold the cable by hand and open up the EPS conduit or whatever it was she put herself at risk to save the lives of others. And you know, you go back and forth about like who's really to blame and how much everybody is to blame or whatever. But according to her, it is never her fault, which I know is like a really difficult thing to confront and come to terms with, that like, oh, I bear some amount of responsibility for the thing that I did that harmed me, you know? But the way that she's been using that traumatic experience as like leverage, it kind of sucks. The way that it feels like she's been holding on to it for just the right moment to manipulate Jara into doing something that she wants to do, because she's like, well, you could have caused me less harm in the past, so now you have to cause me less harm right now by doing exactly what I want you to do. I don't know. I feel pretty conflicted about that. Anyway, these are just some of the things I've been working through as I've been editing this video. I'm sorry to see you go, Bedrosian. You won't be able to go anywhere anytime soon. You're stuck on this ship until the mission is over. Sorry. You can go to your quarters if you want, but I'm the captain and I gotta make tough decisions, and right now, we've got a lot of lives to save. It's a difficult choice to make, but I think an important one. Part of me does have to question, what purpose do they have if not for bioforming? They're like some backup form of a Takan life. Is there any way to manifest them back into a Takan body? Do they just sit there dormant in the storage facility until the rest of time? What good does that do? Part of me thinks they either need to be used or decommissioned, because otherwise there is no functional purpose to them, right? So under that context, I can definitely see destroy them as being a reasonable approach. Oh, and actually, okay, here is the perfect way to think about this. This is actually quite a clever conundrum, because what they've done is they have repackaged the issue of humans inside of the bodies that have been taken over of Silence of the Flame, right? So like Miranda. Miranda is somewhere trapped inside of her own body, and it is controlled by a Scion of the Flame. Do we believe that Miranda should be destroyed because she is being weaponized? Or do we respect that there is still a person inside of Miranda that can be saved? Here, there are Takan that are trapped inside of their crystal forms that are being weaponized. Do we kill the thing because it can be a weapon, or do we respect that there is a life form inside of it that is not at fault for how they're being weaponized? Do we fight to save the person inside of it, or do we nullify and destroy the threat? If Carter were here... Wait, where is Carter? Oh! Carter should be here. Carter's on the ship. Are they still in the cargo bay? I didn't really stop to think about that. They came on board right before we left to go to the planet, and then we just haven't heard from them since. Carter's on the ship right now. He will tell you, you got to fight for the person. You got to save the life, because there's still hope. Don't destroy the person because the vessel is a threat. If I'm willing to fight to save Miranda, I have to be willing to fight to save these Takan. I just have to. Sorry, Bedrosian. Get over yourself. Whoa.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
You heard it, Ermot.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
You better not, Portal. I'm putting my ass on the line here. A lot of people are going to be really upset about me doing that. Portal 6-3 was eternally grateful when Jara transported the Taconian crystals from the vault to the Resolute. Yeah, maybe stop making fun of our ship for a little while. Maybe you'll understand that even though we have primitive technology, we are quite advanced in empathy. So just keep that in mind.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
Girl? You think this is about my ego? You think what? You think I did this really risky maneuver because I think people are gonna give me a pat on the back when we get home? I'm gonna get yelled at by every admiral in the fleet for making this choice. But, like, it's gotta be done. This is Starfleet ideals. Also, the homie Ermot, shout out Ermot for, like, allowing cooler heads to prevail. He expressed his reservation when I gave the order, and then I reaffirmed, that is my order, Ermot. And then Ermot said, okay, yes ma'am. Bedrosian, time and place. You want to talk to me? Come meet me in my ready room. Airing out your feelings on the bridge is not appropriate. Our options are, stand down. It's our duty. We need a portal. Well, I do think we need a portal. Earlier I talked about how valuable of an ally portal is. And yeah, did that factor into my decision making in this case? A little bit. But ultimately it was not the primary motivating factor. So I don't want to say that. And plus, if I say we need a portal, then everybody's going to think that I'm not making this decision with the crew's well-being in mind. And it'll seem like overly political strategist kind of an answer. I mean, it does make sense from a strategy perspective, but that's also not why I did it. Stand down is interesting because it's sort of like, you know, the captain decides. It's firm. It says, hey, you're stepping out of line right now. Are we gonna follow the chain of command, or what are we doing? This don't forget, Bedrosian, this is the military. This is space military. Stand down. I am the captain. I've made my decision. It's our duty. I think I really like. Depends on how she says it. A lot of my decision making in bringing the Takan crystals on board is because it is the humanitarian option. It most closely aligns with Starfleet ideals to protect new forms of life. In this case, it's a really old form of life, but it's new to us. This is what we're here to do. You have to have the wherewithal to be able to recognize yourself in a situation that tests these ideals, but has a very clear course of action in order to maintain your ideals. It is sometimes tough, but that is our duty. I also kind of don't want to say why, insofar as I do appreciate that Bedrosian is willing to stand up for something she believes in, and I appreciate that she's willing to give me some pushback. That is valuable. Again, time and place, but I don't want to totally quell that instinct. I like that she's willing to say, I am seeing something within you that I saw in Solano that I didn't like, that I thought was dangerous, because I can address that. I understand how she sees that, and I can see the disconnect from her perspective and reality. And as a good captain, I should be able to bridge that gap. I should be able to explain to her why she feels the way that she does, and then help her see the light of the true reality. I would rather do that and make her a more steadfast and confident supporter of me than her just keeping her mouth shut and harboring these feelings inside until it leads her to act irrationally in the future because she has grown so upset with us due to a misperception on her behalf. You know what I mean? So, like, stand down, I feel like there is some inherent risk of squashing criticism and that leading to much larger problems in the future. I like that she's criticizing me. I think she's just doing it at the wrong time, the wrong place, in the wrong manner, and it's something that needs to be addressed a little bit. So I'm going to say it's our duty.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
True.
And to think, I used to look up to you.
Bedrosian is low-key saying that she would prefer that we commit a genocide. Just wholesale slaughter of an entire species that has all but gone extinct. Portal 6-3 is the last Takan, except for these crystals. They are, aside from him, the very last remnants of that society that we know about. And she wants us to obliterate them. Lieutenant Bedrosian was enraged when Jara transported the Taconian crystals from the vault to the Resolute and refused to accept her explanation that it was duty that compelled her. Yeah, okay. Well, go ahead and feel some type of way about it. If it's going to interfere with your ability to actually accept my commands, let me know, and I'll relieve you of duty. You can go sit in the mess hall. A lot of people on this ship. Plenty of them would be happy to serve on the bridge. Don't let your feelings get in the way of what we're here to do, and don't let your feelings get in the way of us accomplishing the humane and compassionate tasks that we are charged with. Kindly get over yourself, Bedrosian.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
Also, never meet your heroes. Don't idolize people. Idolize ideals. I think Bedrosian has had this heroic character occupying her brain in place of who I am. And now she is dealing with a conflict of expectation and reality. I'm not going to agree with you on everything, Bedrosian. It's okay. Now get back to work.
They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here.
Yeah.
Now.
Forward. Go. You didn't have to turn around. That made it longer to get to warp. Hey, can we send a message to Starfleet or something? Homecoming. You know what? That seems like a great place to stop. All right. Okay, that was plenty eventful. We're not making everybody happy as a captain, but we're making the hard decisions that a captain has to make. Some decisions I spent a lot of time on and didn't make any difference. Some decisions I spent a lot of time on and made Bedrosian really upset. Either way, took me a long time to make those decisions because I'm over analytical and a little indecisive, and I like to make as informed of a decision as possible. But what happened? We attacked the Zeldi, and we brought it to a stop. During this process, Carter, Arminta, Edsalar, they got into their fridge, and now Itasca is with them. We showed compassion, we saved Itasca, but now it's three allies and an enemy in this large metal box that's been welded shut from the interior. Theoretically, that is now on the USS Resolute, but we have not seen or heard from them since. Hopefully we'll get that next time we tune in. I think we prevented the Zeldi from being self-destructed. Oh no, we didn't. It totally blew up. If I had fired all torpedoes, would it have not self-destructed? I feel like any important characters that were on that ship must have transported over to the other ship. Right? That would be ridiculous if we find out in 2 more hours of gameplay that like, oh yeah, Miranda was on that ship when it self-destructed. You could have saved her, but you didn't fire all torpedoes at it. Sucks to be you. That would upset me. We had an earnest conversation with Sidron. Or as Jara calls him, Sidron. She really emphasizes that second syllable. And we discovered their plan They've recovered the Aphelion, the largest ship that the Khan have ever made, the most dangerous ship. Why? Because it has a special transporter technology where they can mass bioform people. Seems like a bad idea. Why did the Khan build this? Seems kind of messed up to even exist. But I say that. Seems kind of messed up that nuclear weaponry exists, but it exists nonetheless. And then the big decision. The one truly big decision, I think, was whether we save the Takan or not. I chose to save them. I talked plenty about why that is, but I stand by that. I think in time, Bedrosian will come to understand it. It's actually, now that I think about it, it's very similar to when we went out of our way to save the Illidians. Early on, the Illidians felt like they were the aggressors, and we put ourselves at risk to save them. That is the mission where Bedrosian lost her eyes. She lost her eyes to save the Illidians, who we thought were the aggressors, who we thought were the enemy. Here, nobody even got harmed. But we went out of our way to save people who could be perceived as the enemy. But they're not. They're inert. They're inactive. They're hibernating. It is literally an entire species of people in hibernation. Bedrosian is advocating for the mass slaughter of their entire species. They are defenseless. Not that I think it would be acceptable if they were armed and not defenseless, but, you know, she's saying it would be so easy. It would be so easy. Just launch a bunch of torpedoes at them. In a way, Bedrosian's kind of the Worf of this episode. She wanted us to fire all torpedoes at the Zeldi. She wanted us to fire all torpedoes at the Takan crystals. Not gonna happen, I'm afraid. I don't know where we go from here. At some point we have to fight the Aphelion, which is going to be a big undertaking. We desperately need to reach out to Starfleet. I'm surprised we did not do that when we took control of the ship. Kind of seems like one of the first things we should do. I know that time is precious in this scenario, which is probably why we didn't, but we really have to make a priority out of that. It's kind of an important thing to do. We might have a big battle on our hands coming up. It's a little bit scary. Maybe Portal can really amp up our defenses and offenses like last time, but perhaps a little bit more permanent style. That'd be cool. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this episode. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Or you can, watch the rest of the videos in the series in the playlist, or watch me play some other game. You could do that too. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you next time on Star Trek Resurgence.